My name is Rhapsody and welcome back to the solo adventures here in Hearthstone, specifically the Monster Hunt in the Witchwood. It is time for our... We failed as Cannoneer last, I think. No, we did Houndmaster afterwards, I believe. Did we not? I thought we'd done. Oh boy, I should probably actually check this. Let's see. I thought I did a Death Rattle Hound... I did do a Death Rattle Houndmaster. Alright, it's Toki the Time-Tinker time then. So let's try and diversify our deck portfolio with each of these characters, which I've exclusively not done so far. I mostly barreled them down the same line as the one they'd prior gone down. But let's try and not do chaos casting with Toki, if we can avoid it. Maybe we can't, that's okay. I'll still choose the things that will help me win, but if I get a choice between two things that also might win either way, we'll see what we can do. There was also a really important comment about my Toki play, in particular that I use the hero power only really as a redo rather than a reset. Sure. Sure. Gives me a 3 cost that I can play next turn. See, I only really use the hero power as a redo rather than a reset, right? So I don't like play a card, see whether or not it gets a good result, and then reset the turn if it doesn't, and do something else that isn't RNG specific. Instead, I usually just use it for 2 attempts at an RNG effect, which is probably not the best way to be handling that. And by probably not, I mean definitely not the best way to be handling that. I am, however, going to play the Spell Shifter this turn either way, so... Like, I don't need to lock myself into replaying the thing that I played before just because I played it before. Give me something low cost. Let's try that again. I know I've lethal on board, but give me something low cost. Yay, there we go. The goal was to get the single hit kill with the Mana Worm. Just what I felt like doing. Well, none of these are unique, unfortunately. We could just take Caltrops. It's not bad. Alright, we'll take it. Oh, good lord. Trogzor, Kel'Thuzad. Ravencaller Kozilvert. The feathered friends shall die. Alright. So our game plan is basically just have a board populated by the time that we get Kel'Thuzad out on the board, play Kel'Thuzad, trade our board for value's sake, and then have them all resummon, and then overwhelm the opponent with value. But it is worth noting that if we can stick a Trogzor, have it stick for a turn, and then play Kel'Thuzad the turn after, because they're 7 and 8 respectively, that's going to be ridiculous. My enemy is going to lose a lot of minions here, I've got a feeling. Obviously not that one. I'm going to play Mad Bomber. If that fails, I'm probably just going to Simmering Tempest. So that's an example of using it as a reset rather than a redo. Good lord. This is definitely arcane. Probably arcane unstable. Yeah. Hooded all super weak. We did get the right hits with those, though. No, Voodoo Doll's probably too weak. I would just basically have to keep it in hand now. 7 mana, 12/12. Pretty good. That's why I hate birds. I mean, 2 damage to my face so far. Dead or alive. Arcane Blast, stolen goods. Alright. Kind of a poor result there. Same play though. Simulacrum, not that bad. From this we get the effigy. Could be worse both ways. There goes your shield. I'll probably play a Mad Bomber before I do a random turn here.
Wanna blow something up?
Yeah. FG attack. I basically just want to make a board that's sticky. Totally fine. Double trade into that, and then probably just develop the water elemental. If I can get the Trogzor out next turn, game's basically over there. Especially if I can somehow trade away my water elemental at some point. Because then the opponent's in a position where it's going to have to trigger the effigy on a Trogzor. I mean, we have... Bit of Primordial Glyph here. Because we have 9 damage on board. The opponent's face is not that rough. We'll see. We might actually just clip lethal here. We extremely do not. All right, let's reset that. I think it's worth making basically the same turn again, though. Because if this gives, like, there are so many different outs for... There we go. So many different outs for lethal. Basically any... Most weapons, rather, were going to be lethal there. Awesome. Kozulvert is our second. I always forget the first fight. Beautiful. Ah! Just threw my phone at my laptop. It's just all technology over in that corner. Archmage, Antonidas, Yasharaj, as well as the Lich King. See, the more that I think about it, the more I think maybe I just go like a super top-end deck.
They're like frogs, but less coordinated.
Good lord, this coffee tastes remarkably like Jack Daniels. Poltergeisting.
Toki versus Wargar.
Good old Irish coffee. Mana Worm, definitely. Rest of that's going back. If we can get the Scepter of Summoning, I'll be really appreciative, because you can look at the costs of most of our deck, right? Probably needed. Caltrops is basically to hold off early aggression while we wait until the late game so that we can develop our large threats. A lot of these Murlocs are just going to die as soon as they get played here. Unfortunately, starting your turn over does not reset the draw. The draw is still predetermined. Does that minion then die? No, it doesn't. Okay, so it's only the minions summoned. No, it's only the minions played, rather, that get affected by Caltrops, right? Yeah, played. Well, Spell Slinger. I mean, I could innovate to give 1 extra damage to the Mana Worm. Do I save innovate here? No, because I've got the water until the turn afterwards. Innovate is no longer 2 extra energy, so I can't even just reach for the Trogzor the turn after that. All right, innovate is probably not that great for us. It's probably just above like mid. Small time recruit, well, so that's what I was worried about. I would throw back the other card that I can't remember the name of now and get something significantly worse. Oh well. Should have reset the turn there. I thought that was give to your hand, but no, it's give to the field. That's unfortunate. I mean, it's not unfortunate. It's dumb. It's a dumb thing that I did. Lingtron, if my opponent gets a good weapon, we can just freeze their face. Spectral versus Silver Sword. Give all your minions +1/+1 when you attack. Hell yes. I'll attack over here, and then we've got... Silver Sword is pretty insane. 8-drop weapon? Sure. Yeah, they only got a spell sling. That's not that bad. Okay, so on board 5/5/5. So I'm actually going to use Primordial to see if I can fish for lethal here. I almost certainly can. We'll see how this casts. No. I mean, that does clear the board. It is technically quite good, but I'll just take the win. I was going to try and push for lethal this turn. It would have taken basically any damage spell, but not the ones that decide to suddenly attack the face. Third. Do we get a reward after this fight? I need to remember when you actually get the rewards. We do. Cartographer, discover a treasure. Chaos Theory, both players cast all the spells in their hand. Not good. Give your minions summon a random Murloc. Definitely not. All right, we're going with Cartographer here. I'm basically just going to look for treasures that allow me to summon my large minions. So both Mechanical and Elementalist have the same thing, right? In a way. They have a card at the bottom, Mimiron's Head and Blazecaller, that I'm going to have difficulty activating. And then they have 2 cards above them that can help me hold off early aggression. The Annoyatron with its Divine Shield Taunt, the Antique Healbot with a heal, the Tar Creeper with its ridiculous stats at 3 mana, the Fireball with the ability to remove a minion. So I can try and get to my late game so that I can use those other things. And these are just value cards, but I don't have that many spells in the deck, so the Vex Crow is unlikely to be super powerful for us. I feel like I should take Mimiron's Head. Like, I'm defining the pack by its worst card. The Annoyatron and the Antique Healbot in particular. Like, the Annoyatron is going to be 1 extra damage on a minion that's already taken 1 extra damage from Caltrops. Like, in the early game, it is going to super anti-aggress our enemies.
The Chupacabran. Oh, how hard I worked to make him mine.
That's creepy, Hagatha. That's extremely creepy.
Versus the Chupacabran.
Awesome. Huh, we've got an opening hand of cards we can actually cast. I'm actually not going to throw back the Mad Bomber because there are very few cards better than it that I could actually draw. Primarily due to the fact that I've taken mainly minions of high cost. Huh, Lingtron is a mech. Alright. We do have some mechs in our deck. We technically could get Mimiron going on, but we won't. It's technically possible. Corpse Razor. I mean, if I put Corpse Razor on Kel'Thuzad, game's over. But the game should be over significantly before then. Am I going to play the Corpse Razor? No, I'm not going to play the Corpse Razor for just statistic value, and it resummoning the Mana Worm is low impact because the Mana Worm loses all of its buffs. So we'll go for a different Unstable Portal. I'm definitely Unstable Portaling this turn though. Okay. That's fine. Primarily because it's a 3/6 that I just get to develop on my turn.
The beast is near.
Our first attempt is going to be this. See if we get mad lucky. Holy crumbs, that's lucky. Let's stick with that, thank you. Easy kill. All right, Blingtron, don't do me dirty. That is a Rotelar Rune Spear. All right, let's see what Rune Spear gives us. Kabbalah's Tome, perfect. Sure, you can have Rotelar. I got pretty garbage things from the Kabbalah's Tome, but the fact that I can just get 3 random spells every time I attack is pretty insane. Explosive Runes is going to be super awesome as well. Uh-huh. Let's do the swing first, see what we get. Flame Cannon? Flame Lance. Book of Spectres. Blizzard. I'll go with Blizzard. Basically just hold my enemy off. Double attack face. Adds the thing I was worried about. Alright. Because I don't mind recasting this, because that wasn't like a great spell. Freeze an enemy, and it's only going to be able to target the one that's there, so it stops the Rotelar for a turn. Yeah. That's not bad, actually. And then I'll shatter the face for lethal. Hell yeah. Okay. Thank you. 6 damage to that as well. Oh, 1 damage and then 6 damage. Beautiful. Ooh, Cartographer and the Rune Spear. A lot of random effects going on here that we're probably going to have to reset our turn for. Flame Cannon and Breath of Sindragosa do basically the same thing here. Shifting Scroll does nothing, though. Fun. Let's see what treasure we discover. Brass Lantern. Discover a copy of a card in your deck. Repeat this 2 more times. Oh, bandage. Let me attack. Attack. Polymorph. Attack. Bandage. Attack. Attack. Sure. I knew that there was going to be lethal in that because it made the Polymorph Boar into an 8 damage nuke, and I knew I wasn't that far from lethal. Okay. I'm looking at Legends again, I gotta be honest. Auction Master Beardo. Another Kel'Thuzad does mean there's a like ridiculous win condition in this deck. And sure, I'm gonna do it. I'm basically going all in on, after this fight, getting the Scepter of Summoning. If I don't get the Scepter of Summoning, I might cry. But I will, though. I'll wait until I'm off camera, and then I'm just gonna bawl my eyes out. I gotta remind myself, this guy transforms halfway through the fight.
Me? Well, I never.
Turns into a werewolf, then the werewolf gets a hero power. I don't remember much about it. I don't think he's particularly strong. Can I redo my my mulligan, please? Ooh, Annoyatron. Beautiful. Oh, yeah, that makes sense, actually. We'll play our more offensive card first and then defensive card later because it's necessary to play the defensive card first. Would have worked better against that though. Ooh, unstable portal. Alright. Just wanted to check it.
What you got there?
Awesome. Extremely awesome attack. Why? Why did you do that? I just gotta know. Yeah, not great pulls there. Again. Can just use Arcane Blast for an easy kill here, sure. Sure. 7 cost Yasharaj. Alright, we can test your secret. I'll test it with Blingtron. Coghammer, Shadow Blade. Meh. Well, now I'm feeling much more likely to do... I mean, I can just Auction Master and then Unstable Portal to reset my hero power, so I can do that again later if I want to. Oh, but that's actually not bad.
Bring it on.
When does he transform? Dragon Soul? Yeah, you're not going to play that many. And I'm actually fine changing my hero power as well.
I usually work alone.
Oh, good one. You got me. I'm terrified. I'm shaking my little booties. And it's time to go all face. It's got to be 20 HP.
Now you've gone and done it.
Or not. Uh-huh. I'm very tempted to leave that there. I have to admit, I'm extremely tempted to leave that there.
Servants, soldiers of the cold dark, obey the
Not going though, because I can just resummon a bunch of them with Kel'Thuzad. That's a pretty intimidating board right there. Oh, go for it. Buff him, I'm terrified. Well played.
Now look what you made me.
Play Ice Block a long time ago? I'm low-key sort of terrified.
Feel the beast within.
5, 4, 9, 3, 12, 8, 20. I could have taken 20 face damage there. I would have had 3 HP left over. Yikes. That could have been a lot worse than it was. I'm glad it wasn't as bad as it was. Instead, it was as bad as it ended up being, which is, I guess, in this case, as bad as it was. That's rough. We actually don't like use spells pretty much at all in this deck, so I think I have to take Entrenchment. Alaneth would destroy us. Mech Warper, Goblin Blast Mage, and Sneed's Old Shredder. See, I have so much up here. I want a little more down here, and Mech Warper, Goblin Blast Mage look particularly interesting to me. Sneed's Old Shredder is also a bit more high. All right.
One of your own cast aside. Within my woods, he finds a home.
Your minions have +1/+1? Somehow I don't think that's going to be so hard to deal with. Oh, I guess he's going to run like a board generating strategy or something like that. Just like a bunch of minions that summon a bunch of minions that summon a bunch of minions that summon a bunch of minions, that kind of thing. I could see, like, not Splintergraft, but what's it called? It's the splits itself. 8 mana 4/4 summons 2 2/2s that have a... sorry, 8 mana 4/4 Death Rattles summon 2 2/2s that each have a Death Rattle summon a 1/1. Or summon 2 1/1s. I think 2 1/1s. Yeah, that's what I... Okay. I am not holding a dragon. See, I'm intent not to play the Annoyatron here because it takes an attack from 3 of them, so it does 6 damage. It does take 6 damage, but it does not clear anything on the board, even slightly, whereas the Spell Slinger is going to clear 3 of them, right? Don Hancho, sure. Oh, whoa! That's not good. Okay. If they have another Savage Roar in hand, I'm deceased.
Wanted, dead or alive.
There's no way they have a Savage Roar in hand. I am going to need the Annoyatron, but I need something that can clear some of the minions on that board. Bash is actually not bad of a pickup for us. Wild Growth. Oh. Is that going to trade? Well, I guess that's our Bash target, and then I have to attack another one of these. Really unfortunate for us. One mana outside of where we can really deal with things. Right, I've got the Antique Heal bot here. Freak. Yeah, we were dead even if we played the Annoyatron earlier, unfortunately, though. What I was really hoping for in that final turn was I was going to play the next turn up, that is. I was going to play Don Honcho and see if it hit the Annoyatron, and if it didn't, I was going to Hero Power and then do it again, see if I could hit it. Yeah, that's really unfortunate. We didn't really get great options for our passive treasures. And our ongoing treasure, we got, like, Cartographer, which we got to play once. Still a bit rough. We also didn't even really get that many good options of buckets. So I'm a little disappointed about how that went. There was probably a winning line that I didn't end up taking, but this was at the very least interesting, if incredibly flawed. For the moment, though, my name has been Rhapsody. The name of the game has been Hearthstone Monster Hunt. Hopefully you've been enjoying yourselves, and hopefully we will see you next time as we reset back to the tracker.